Hi guys, Al Retian here. A good while ago I tried making a Batwing, which I did and I was quite happy with it until our little puppy got a hold of it and decided that it liked to eat Batwings. So I figured, well, we can't use these anyway, and this was actually a test that I made. So I decided I'm gonna make another one for my Batman game, and I figured, well, while I'm doing it, might as well make a video out of it. So here we are for this first Modern Terraincraft special episode called Let's Make a Batwing. Okay, so start of this project, what we're gonna need is simply, you can check what image you prefer, just Google the Batman logo, Batman symbol. I prefer this one, and when I printed it, I've widened it a little bit, and you can just draw the ears out a little bit longer, but it doesn't matter. But I prefer to do it because it will be a bit longer than these short ones. I prefer this logo actually because it gives more of that airplane feeling. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's the first thing you're gonna need to do. Find yourself a good Batman logo and just print it out. And to which scale you guys prefer, of course. Now the next thing you're gonna take is get yourself a piece of foam board. You guys could use the dollar store foam board if you have it. Unfortunately, I'm not that lucky. I have to buy the real foam board. So, but yeah, get yourself the dollar store foam board and maybe cut out the symbol. We're gonna do that. We're gonna simply cut out the symbol and glue it to the foam board, and then with a knife we're gonna cut out yeah, our bat symbol. Okay, I've taken my scissors to it and I'll cut out in a circle. It doesn't matter, you don't have to cut along the lines perfectly because that's not necessary. Next we're gonna do is simply get our white glue, water it down a bit. It's just simple standard leather paper, A4 paper, and we're gonna glue it to our foam board. Maybe even take this piece. I can still use this for apartment buildings. Well, yeah, we're gonna take our white glue and just simply glue it to the foam board. Okay, so I got my white glue. I think I'm gonna have to pierce this through. Simply with my knife. Clean it a little bit. Sorry, working off camera. And I'm gonna take our glue. Oh, crap. So I'm gonna have to through pierce. Okay. So that's done. Simply probably way too much glue. Just simple paper, but doesn't matter. Take our brush, make it wet, and simply smear it over your foam board. Or you could simply use watered down PVA, guys. You could do that too. I didn't have it at hand at the moment because I'm not at home at my regular workspace, but yeah, simply work it in this way. It'll work just as nice. And then put our symbol down. There we go. Make sure you don't get edges or bumps, just smoothen it out. If you get glue on the top of it, it doesn't matter. Just make sure the glue is everywhere on the paper. Wow. And now we're simply gonna let this dry before we continue. And then I will show you what we're gonna need to make our Batwing. In the meantime, while the glue is drying, what you can do is simply gotta make sure I don't cut straight through the table. This. Simply cut this out. It will be much easier to work with. and set the foam board aside. Just now that we have a nice square with our bat symbol on it. When the glue is dry, because it's still wet, and you know how impatient I can get, but with this I really have to wait till the glue has fully dried before I continue. Okay, in the meantime, I'm gonna set this aside for a second, and I'm gonna show you what we're gonna need. It's this. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's a very, very cheap model airplane. See, it's yeah, one of those stealth jets. I don't know, also those flyers. This cost me about €2 in total. It's a very simple thing. It's a basic stealth flyer or strike eagle. I don't know what you guys call it. So yeah, and I've opened the package, took this out, and we're gonna be using all these pieces, but we're gonna cut up into these pieces. So first, let me simply take my scissors because I don't have my pliers here with me. But you can cut through this with a decent pair of scissors, it's no problem. I'm simply gonna remove these parts. Now we're gonna be doing a lot of cutting work while our piece is drying. But yeah, let's take it. So this will be for our cockpit. We're gonna be gluing that onto here. And we're going to be cutting along these sides, starting from here to the point, and I will show you. Just cut through it like this, and do the same for the other side. Make sure you start at the same spot. Don't cut into your fingers, but you will end up with something like this. See? Excuse me. And this it has these points. You can just pierce the foam board. And we're going to be gluing that on, attaching it to here. But well, yeah, you get the idea of what I mean. So this will be for our cockpit. I'm just going to leave it here. Then we're going to do the same with these winged parts. Simply cut through it. Piece off. I don't think I need to cut it now. I can simply remove it like this. I don't even need to use my scissors. This will be for our side wings here. See? So we're going to be gluing that as well. Place these aside for a second. By the way, the piece we cut off, don't toss it away because we're going to be needing all the parts. I'm going to take those small side wings, take them off like that. The wheels, well, that's for everyone to decide if they're going to use them or not. So yeah, then we take the other piece. This is going to be the bottom piece, will fit underneath. So yeah, I'm going to remove this as well. So it's a simple, very cheap model airplane. That's why I don't even know why I was using scissors, because I can just simply pull this out like so. Twist and turn it. Wow. Sorry for working off camera. There we go. This will be to go fit underneath, but we're gonna have to do a little bit of cutting work as well. So yeah, I'm gonna be cutting this piece out. Let me show you. Actually, I'm gonna do that when I'm gluing it to the bottom, so you guys can get a better idea of what I'm doing. Okay, so yeah, basically that's what we're gonna be doing next when this piece has dried. In the meantime, I'm gonna cut. You see, it has these edges that I'm simply gonna snip them off. We won't be needing them because we're gonna be gluing it flat. on our wings. So, yeah, slip them off like so. I'm gonna be doing the same with this. Doesn't have to fully be slipped off, but well, you get what I'm doing, right? There we go. Okay, welcome to part 2. Sorry, my video cut out. Apparently I can't film longer than well than this. So what I did was I cut off these side pieces. This will be for the back. See? So just it will go here. Now you will see when I turn this around that these parts stick out. And we're gonna keep it like that. So what we're gonna do now is simply glue this to the bottom. And I'm gonna be using my hot glue gun and simply squirt a lot of the hot glue simply here. Make sure the hot glue is nice and hot, because don't let it give it time to cure. Just like so. There we go. See? Nice and firmly on there. Then we're gonna take our smaller pieces, these ones, and we're gonna be gluing them on the bottom here. Remove a few strings, put your hot glue down, and when you glue this, make sure you tilt it a little sideways, like so. You're gonna have to hold it in place, like this. See? Do the same now for the other side. Make sure they align. See? Wow. That's what it looked like. This is what it looked like. Just give the glue time to cure. Now you don't have to do this, but I'm doing it anyway, and let's drag the glue gun next to this, and I simply do that to give it a little bit more strength. Okay, so we're starting to get a Batwing, but sorry guys, something appeared to be wrong with my camera. I don't know what's going on, but anyways, in the meantime what I did decide to snip off these parts. See, just simply took my scissors to it and cut them off, and I did glue the wheel on underneath it, so when you set it down it stands nice and firmly like this. I also, I don't know if you guys can see, I took my pen and simply dragged a few lines. Doesn't matter, you don't have to use the exact shape that I did, just marked a few lines to give it more that texture that you have on these winged parts, to make it fit. So simply drew a few patterns on there. Then I scored those lines with my box cutter knife. So I simply scored them and then dragged my pen through it again. So yeah, that's what I did to get that more indentation. I also took a few of these things. You don't have to do this, it's not necessary, but simply took some white glue to it and stuck them down. So I'm gonna paint them up to get a little color variation to make them look more like lights. But yeah, so basically this is what we got so far. You don't need to put anything on the bottom, it's not necessary because the ship will stand like this most of the time. This, yeah, of course, we had to put that on, but to give it a little nice look when you look at it from the back. There are a few things you could do, like this here. It's open, as you can see, so you could either take a piece of cardstock, cut it out and glue it, and to make it align. Now that's not what I'm gonna do. I'm simply maybe gonna fill this up with hot glue or leave it the way it is, because yeah, for me, I'm happy with it, but that's something that's optional to you guys. I also took one of these pieces, glued it a little like that, like a flap, because I had that laying, so I used it. It's not necessary to do that if you don't want to. Well, basically the way you do it, it's all the way you prefer to do it. Now there's one more thing that is important that I am going to do, and that's we're going to take a piece of cardstock, and I will grab it in a second. A simple piece of cardstock like this. It's the same we used with the other video. It's rather thick cardstock. Now we're gonna take our Batwing and simply hold it against the wings and mark, see if I can do this in front of the camera, mark the top edge of the wing. Simply draw it out like this. And I'm probably wondering why. Well, we're gonna move that further down, and we're gonna be creating a bat pattern like so. See? Like this. Then we're gonna take our scissors, simply cut it out. See? There we get something like this. This thing we're gonna be gluing to the wing. So, see if you guys can see this probably. See? So we will get something like this. It gives that more Batman feel to the airplane. Now for the other wing, simply the same deal. So we have this one for what I call the left wing, so I'll put here left, the L. And we're gonna do the same for this wing. Simply hold the cardstock against it, mark it out like so. I have to do it off camera a little bit, because mark it out like so, and again draw out our Batwing, Batman pattern, Batman pattern. Take our scissors, cut it out to get this nice shape here. And I see we're gonna have to trim it off a little bit, but it doesn't matter. Just mark it with our pen, or my way of measuring, take our scissors, lop it off. See? Now I know what you're thinking, that don't look like much, but trust me, we still need to paint this up so it will look great. Okay guys, so I'm gonna hot glue this to the side of the wings, and I'll do that right now. Okay, so my hot glue is starting to run. Now take the outer piece and simply smear the hot glue on it. And it's not hot enough yet, but it'll do. You guys should wait till it's really hot enough to glue this on. Just place it on the wing. Actually, I'm gonna redo this when the hot glue is a little bit more hot. Okay, so I glued this one down. I'm gonna do the same with the other part. Just hot glue and the cardstock. Stick it on, match it with the other part so it fits nicely. Will glue very fast, very rapidly. Now if you have some like here, I have a little piece of cardstock sticking out. Again, it doesn't matter. Take our scissors and align it. This one is actually good. Voila! See? Now we got this. Now, as I said, it doesn't look like much now, but it will once we get this spray painted. And now I'm going outside and black bomb our Batwing. So when that is done, I'll come back. Guys, welcome back. So I've black bombed in the Batwing outside and gave it a coat when it was dry with this black metallic paint. So just simply covered the entire Batwing. Now there's one more thing that remains, and that's simply we're gonna paint the cockpit with a light blue. Maybe mix it up with a little bit of white so it lightens. And then with the red, I'm gonna give a little highlight to these things I've glued on, and then the side edges, but that's optional. I'm gonna give it a silver lining so it gives a good outline. Okay, so I'll be right back. Okay, so we take our blue paint and work a little bit here. Now to my liking it's a little too dark, but well, I'm gonna mix with our brush and simply paint the glass parts. It doesn't matter that it's a little translucent, simply because well, it is glass, so I simply start painting the glass parts of those cockpits, of the cockpit. Okay. Now, I don't know if you guys can see this. See? I'm gonna give it an extra coat, even if it's still wet, to blend it in nicely. It doesn't have to be much, it just has to stand off a little bit. Because when you see the movies or the cartoons, the Batwing is just plain black. Okay, so arrange my brush, take my red. That's way too much. Luckily I have more than paint enough. So now I'm simply gonna apply. Okay, my metallic black hasn't dried fully yet, but you guys know me, that's so typical, so wait till it's dry. And I simply gonna paint those beads I've placed on there with the red color. Now also with the red, you remember I've placed these thrusters on there. I'm gonna do this a little off camera first, because I have to see what I'm doing, and paint red inside there as well. Give it a thick red coat, like so. I think you guys can see this on the camera. Let's see if I can hold it up against there. If you can see that better, I don't know. But well, yeah, inside these thrusters we've placed, just put red paint inside there as well. And now we're almost done. There's just one thing that remains that I like to do, but if you guys like it the way it is, then well, your Batwing is done. But I'm gonna take my silver and go around the edges just to highlight it a little bit, so I'll be right back. So I've got my silver here, squirt an amount of silver, rinse out my brush, yeah, and simply take my silver, drag it across the edge. Okay. I find, as I did with the other one, that it gives a nice contrast to the entire part. But that's purely optional, of course. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. And you don't have to stick around for me to do this entire piece. I don't want you guys to fall asleep while I'm painting this thing, so I'm just highlighting the edges. You don't have to paint the entire side, because we did it with a black metallic. So, but yeah, you get the idea. Just also here, the edges of the wings we put on here, do them as well. Yeah, I could speed up these videos, but for some reason I prefer not to. Don't know why. Most of you guys do who make these videos. I prefer to do it this way. But yeah, you can fast forward to the next part. You don't have to sit here and watch me paint this entire thing. But yeah, I'll pause the video and continue back when I'm done, okay? And there we go, our Batwing. Let me grab a piece of paper so you can, that's not covered in paint, so you can see it better. Maybe move this out of the way as well. Yeah, there we go, our finished Batwing. Hope you guys like this video, and be sure to watch more videos to come. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you don't hit the like button, then you don't like the video. Well, anyways, yeah, a lot more to come. This was my first modern terrain craft special. I will be doing more of these with special kind of things like the Batwing and, well, which we did now. Maybe in time I will do the Gotham Museum, Gotham Natural History building, and all kinds of those things, the Gotham Bank, and all kinds of things that are related to Batman or Walking Dead or stuff like that. Well, I'll be back with more specials to come in the future. My next video will be a modern terrain crafts episode again, and it will be featuring how we're gonna make apartment buildings. So yeah, I'll quickly turn the Batwing around so you can have a full view of the guy. And yeah, there we go, our Batwing. Thank you for watching, guys. This was Alretti, and take care, and we'll see you in the next videos. Bye now.